Hi guys. I thought I would take a little time to throw down some signs. We haven't done it in a while. And Dawn's busy with her grandma or her grandbaby and the mom. So if she has time to join me later, we'll be probably doing some lives. So what I'm going to do is take the signs one by one. But since it is Cancer season, let's start with Cancer. Plus, that's my sign. So, and it's also Dawn's sign. All right, what do we have? What do we have for the crabs? Well, crabs. We can be too. Don't fuck with the crabs. Okay? Don't. Crabs. Oh, crabs. So sweet and tender. Oh, got a powerful pinch. Yes, that hard outer shell can't crack it. Mm-mm-mm. But when you do, that is with a balanced Cancer. A balanced Cancer is also very giving. They tend to like to nurture and heal. And they don't tend to have a mindset of drama. They're very peaceful. Crazy. But there's been some shit going down in the energy lately. Cancers have had a battle and a half these last few years. It's been nuts. And I know that the energy is changing. And I just want to put this out there because it makes sense and we're not doing anything different with new knowledge. But, when we ascend, so do they. So I'm thinking we need to bring in a new way of thinking because I'm seeing a whole lot of I and me thinking what's good for me, what's good for I. And I'm not seeing a whole lot of we us thinking. So I'm thinking of ways that maybe we can change what's going on here right now. Because a lot of people are getting hurt because that negative energy is ramping up in people. Now, I relate it to demons, demonic energy, because that's what people understand. It's a joke to me. But it's not a joke, especially if you have any kind of past trauma. It's not a joke. So it gets to be that way, but even I have trouble with it once in a while, and I'm pretty damn strong. So I know y'all been through some shit, and I am just feeling good right now. So let's see what's going on. Ooh, 2 cups. Yes, that's true for me, and I'll tell you why. This 2 cups is key, central, so important to focus on because I don't focus on a man and a woman there. I focus on me and spirit, God, the universe, whatever you want to call it. I focus on that energy, and I always say you have to be a gift. If you're going to get a relationship, go there to be a gift, okay? And but about yeah, we're talking about different energy here. Let's not get into that. Now here in the 3D, this would signify a soulmate. Yeah, it would. But it's two cups coming together and see the light. Now, when you have a true soulmate that is going to explain to you on 4 and 5D how possibly you could look at these cards a little differently. Because when I see this card, this is me and this is God. He's my buddy. He's my friend. He's my father. He's my brother. I don't really define him. Well, kind of. But I don't know. What I kind of see that as, though, is a wisdom. A beautiful wisdom. An endless, beautiful energy of wisdom. Okay? That's what I see God as. And I don't dare try to define it past that because, I mean, truly, it's egoic to try and define God. It is. Because all you're doing when you define it for somebody else is you're limiting its possibility in their mind. I can't tell you everything God is, but I can feel it to my soul when I see somebody claiming this is God and it ain't. And I'm like, oh, you know? Or when somebody who is a beautiful soul and carries this light, because guys, you're going to get attacked and you're going to get attacked bad and you're not going to know why. It's because you got this. All right? Only even if you don't know yet you got this, for some reason, this one right here is stepping up. Yeah. God saying, hey, you woke up a little bit. I'm going to come visit you. Hi. Hi, beautiful. I love you. That's what's going to happen. It's awesome. And that's when you know, commune. How's your day? What you doing? I'm kind of pissed off right now, God. Oh, I see that. How come? Well, my boss pissed me off. Your boss? Mhm. Aren't you glad you aren't there now? Oh my God. See how he's in it? That kind of thing. Sometimes I yell at it. Yeah, I do. And you know what it does when when I yell at it? It kind of gives me the feeling of this. Go ahead, baby, have your tantrum. I understand this world is hard. It's okay. I still love you. See, I'm still working on that energy because, somebody throws a tantrum on me, I want to beat their ass. But ah, I'm not God. It's perfect, you know. So when I see this Two of Cups, it means very much to me different things, and it depends on what stands out when I flip it, and the cups stand out. So Spirit was saying, Alice, talk about me. Talk about me. That's what you're here to do. Okay, so well, universe got a message for you, Cancer. Holy shit. I wasn't lying when I said we've been through some shiznit. Because we have. Mm-mm-mm-mm-mm. Mm-mm-mm. Oof. Okay. Oh, I'm so excited, and I just can't. I'm about to lose control, and I think I like it. Okay, I want to see this. Well, I'll see it in a minute. Okay, guys. First, I'm going to do it from a spirit perspective. Because literally that's what stands out to me always first is that spirit. When, what, if God had a mouth and wanted to say something to me, what would it sound like? You know, what kind of job am I doing or do I need to do for God? That's, I can disappoint a lot of motherfuckers on this planet, but when when I disappoint this energy or let it be disrespected in any way, mm, and that's something we need to look at with some of the beliefs we're going on. Because if this is a disrespect to your divinity, you need to defend it. We become fence posters. And I think people are seeing this. We need to defend that beautiful spirit. How many times has it saved your ass? Act God. I should be dead. How many times have you heard that? Come on. And then, when you lose a lover and you kind of feel like regret, melancholy, you miss them. He misses you. He does. It's okay. Right now we're learning. We're learning our lessons of truth. Now, so many of us sit down thinking we're taking the high road, thinking it's better to turn the other cheek. Sometimes it's not. This energy, if you come up and slap her, she's divine. And let me tell you what, she don't play. You see her holding that hand out there? Saying, come on. This sword right here, that's the sword of truth. That's the sword of justice. All right? And there's only one thing that can wield that correctly. And that is what? God. Whatever you want to call it. I'm just going to use it. Because more people know it than anybody. But if you ain't done this, and you're trying to do this, well, as far as the collective energy goes, because the collective energy is kind of God, but it's not really. The collective energy is us, so I'm going back to the physical. And there is a wisdom within us that I consider God. Now, that wisdom is, and that's what I consider God to be, basically, is a wisdom of eternity, which there is a wisdom of darkness and there is a wisdom of light. Okay? Everybody says, no, no, no darkness in God. Stop it. Okay? You cannot freaking understand oneness if you're still worshiping duality. Quit judging. Because let me tell you something. It's a wisdom. It's not a thing. It's a wisdom that can help you through it. If you just see it correctly. Doesn't mean this and this mixes. No, it doesn't mix until it gets in this thing right here. Or whatever. Okay? Then that's a whole nother consciousness. Let's just deal with the divine right now, okay? So, the divine will use either consciousness. It will use the wisdom of both wolves that are inside it. Just like us. But it's a wisdom. We ain't fucking wise. So we create a conflict that doesn't need to be there. And this conflict, these conflicted people that are yeah. We need to fix this shit. That sucks. I'm just gonna say we need, yeah. And but see, here's the thing, and I've talked about this, and everybody doesn't want to hear because nobody thinks we should be a warrior for the right reasons, and that's not so. Because sometimes we need to be this warrior. She ain't playing. Come on. Okay? When you're sitting before this sword, you're sitting before God. It's a judgment. She ain't playing. We have to use these wisdoms correctly for balance, and we don't. We're pushing, 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 right? And as we ascend, so do they. So we need to figure out some new damn strategies, and I'm seeing some really interesting things here. Because if we allow our brothers and sisters to be in this energy, what are you doing for the collective? Exactly. We're letting it be harmed. We're not getting smarter by doing this. And it's causing really good people. Now, Yida, you just saw me like, freaking shuffle these. Me and Yida had this exact conversation like 20 minutes ago. It's causing karma. So a lot of good people are sitting there, why is my life so bad? Why this? Why that? Well, how many times have you sat down and shut up instead of being able to face her? Maybe that's a clue. Why haven't you been able to face her? Maybe because you didn't back her off? And now you got all this shit going on? And there's karma for that. Don't sit down and shut up. Especially if one of us is twisting in the wind. Now, I'm not saying gang mentality, and I'm only talking about the few people who may understand this energy where I live from. This is basically all I see. I got to think real hard to bring it down to reality. But this is important, guys. And once we do this, we'll balance that karma. Yep. If not, we're going to burn it off and it's going to fucking suck. I'm just saying that. But with every read, there's a choice. Okay? This doesn't have to happen. This is a story about maybe a different perspective. Now, when we do that, we come into our own beautiful, nurturing, loving, abundant energy. When we honor and don't let anybody disrespect or dishonor the truth of that spirit. Now, when you understand where that comes from, I get a feeling right here. Right here. Yeah, right where the solar plexus are. When I get that feeling, I pay attention to what I'm thinking. And that's what I freaking do. And I don't care what anybody thinks about it. If I get that feeling in my gut like I should do something now, I'm going to do it. That's honoring that spirit. I'll tell you stories about that later. I didn't get on a plane one time and oh man, everybody thought I was freaking crazy. They did. They were like, "Why don't you want to get on the plane?" I don't know. What do you mean you don't know? That isn't a good reason, Alice. You're supposed to be at work tomorrow. I ain't making it. Rent me a car. I'll take 2 days off of my personal time, whatever, and I'll drive home. Well, that night there was a blackout on the eastern seaboard, and my flight would have been, I would have been up in the air for a very long time. Planes were about to run out of gas. It was nasty. It was bad. And I wasn't going. That's all I knew. I don't have to know why. Trust it. She does. She does. That's the mama. And she will turn you over her knee if she has to. If you're a naughty child and you disrespect the mama. Mm-hmm. No, she doesn't take it. Now, back here we got rid of the ego. I mean, it obliterates it. If you start understanding and communing and let that energy flow, you're gonna obliterate your ego. As far as being completely tied to it, kind of lets you, I don't know. It's bad. Well, it's not bad because it makes you understand what's going on around you a hell of a lot. That's physical consciousness. That's the other consciousness, but we'll get into that and how it all works together. Anyway, this lady can make anything happen. I love it. I do. I mean, when you embrace this Queen of Cups, you would be amazed at the things that you could do. I mean, I haven't found anything. Well, I found things I don't like to do, but I can't say I can't do them. So, yeah, that's that energy. That's like, woo, there's your talents for God. Look, they're sitting on her. Yeah, 7 talents. Look at that shit. She making money, honey, honey. But she doesn't even care. Do you see what she's focusing on? She's not even looking at that money. She's not looking on anything but what's in her cup. And she's very careful with that cup and what goes in it. She will not let one drop of poison in. And if she does, it's for a good reason. Keep that in mind too. Because the Queen of Cups, she can look at you and, well, she doesn't know, she can feel you and see that even whether it's good or bad energy, there's certain people out here with certain kinds of energy. And they don't know what they're doing with it because they don't understand any of this. But that's okay. That's what I kind of feel like I'm here for. But I don't know. Let's see. So this Queen of Cups energy, after all that shit, you can either balance karma by answering the call, or you're going to burn it off. So, either way, this is the energy we're coming into, ladies and gentlemen. And I don't mean just right now. I mean, this is the energy we're coming into as a collective. This is a good thing. Okay? Don't let anybody do this because I spent a lot of time like this lately. It sucks. And if you've done this, it's going to suck for them too. And let me tell you what, they're going to hate you. Once you do that, people are going to hate you. But see, if you're really supposed to understand and know that energy, you'll know it from childhood. Yeah, you'll ball up your little fist and stomp your foot when somebody says something that you don't like about your God or your Jesus. No, them's fighting words. You know if you have that energy, okay? Anyway, so here's the thing about the Queen of Cups, right? She's all squishy, gushy, soft and chewy and beautiful. Just beautiful. True. And we're also going to come into a passion. A beautiful, sacred passion. And I don't mean anything to do with sex. I mean, we're going to come into a passion for spirit. This is 3 fucking queens right here. All right? If this ain't the holy feminine, oh my freaking God. Right here coming up. We need your brains. Okay? And we need you to know whether to use that passion. Do you see all this dark back here? She has a dark wisdom. She's very magical and beautiful. But do you see that? No matter how dark it is back there, do you see her light? Ah, oh, and look at her. And the sunflowers. The look on her face like, how may I help you? And don't waste my time. Everybody wants me. So, what you got? All right? And if they ain't got shit, if they're a knight or they're a freaking, yeah, one of these things, no. No. She ain't got time for that shit. And you see there's no coins with her. No. She's very plain and understated in anything but her poise and grace. That's where we need to get to. So we need to quit letting this shit happen so we can burn off that karma or not make it. That would be fun. I would rather not make it. Okay? So, here we have these gorgeous queens. Oh, this is so beautiful. And Spirit's asking, be passionate for me. Be passionate for my truth. Love my truth. Honor my truth. Cherish my truth because it cherishes you. Yeah. And then it's going to be let's party, baby. Oh, yeah. Because we're starting to understand a collective. Yeah. Then God says, hey, you know what? I miss your sisters and brothers too. How about if you take this understanding and love and bring some to them? So they too can have a victory over this energy, over this understanding, over understanding me, over understanding what a collective really means. Okay, so now we got you and God here. That's cool. That's a duo. That's a Two of Cups. But he's saying, wait, no, we need more than the Two of Cups. We need the three of Cups. And then those three need to go out and make 3 cups everywhere else. That's a victory. And in these times, guys, it's not a pussy energy. It's not time to sit down and shut up. Okay? If a lot of good people sit on the sidelines and they allow bad stuff to happen to really good people. When that happens and you don't do anything, sweetheart, that's your karma. You're gaining karma right there because now's the time to join and make more friends. And the only way we're going to make more friends in spirit is to allow this simple idea that God is not a person, it's a wisdom. All right? A wisdom that you carry within you. You came fully packed, baby. Oh, yes, you did. Bet you didn't know that, huh? So, what I love about this is, I've been waiting for this a long time. It's coming and it's coming fast. Okay? And this is the action cards. Come on. Move. Move those messages. We need this 10 of Cups, people. It's time to be the white hats. It's time not to let our brothers and sisters be battered down by that shitty energy anymore. You know? It's time to be the army. And you have to know your brothers and sisters have done this. Because until you do this and you understand this process, we're still going to keep replaying these cycles because we're going to keep doing the same shit by our beliefs, which is sit down and shut up. Okay? It's up to you. I ain't telling you what to do. But anyway, here's the action card, ladies and gentlemen. All right? God is always balance. Always balance. That is the ultimate wisdom in balance. That's peace. Okay? See that? Sword of truth. There you go. Yep. He's carrying it too. And he's going to battle. He's rushing into battle. But he's using messages. Common sense. Simplicity. So, we need to rush into battle. Use our common sense. Because things are changing. The old stuff isn't working because they're getting. Who knew you could pack so much demonic energy in one meat suit? Because as we pack in the light, they packing in the dark. And people who don't understand this energy, They packing in the dark. That's why there's karma. Okay? Because that, we're letting it continue. We're not stopping it. So, bring the message. It's time to figure this out. All right? It's okay to answer the call if you feel angry. It's okay to answer the call. But intuition angry, not ego angry. Okay? I call it righteous anger. You'll know it when you have it. Because you won't be able to sit down. If you ain't supposed to sit down, you can't. It's called a conviction. When you start getting convicted to do things, say things, whatever, as long as it's coming from the right energy, because remember, that demonic energy is a spirit too, so you gotta look at what you listen to, and I guarantee you, if it makes a victim out of a good, innocent person, in other words, somebody might be having a bad day, like, I try not to have them, but when I have them, they're doozies. And I might be a little grumpy to somebody, right? In that case, if you know me, you're going to go, "What's up, buttercup?" Instead of getting defensive, which is what we do. And yeah, I still do that. Sometimes there's no talking sense into people. They will not listen. We'll talk about those energies too. But where we can, we need to support each other for the victory. Okay, we need to support each other, stand behind each other, understand each other, be there for each other. And even if you feel like you understand a little more, I'm not going to say no, because when you know, it's defined. It's like a book. There, that's it. When you understand, there's no definition, anything's possible. That's it. That's oneness. So, there you go. That's a message from Spirit. Now, here's a message in the 3D for Cancer. I don't usually do them this long. All right, so you have made a choice to balance your energy. You have made a choice to stand up for yourself and quit letting people put you in this energy. Because I just went through this. I'm so sick of this. Quit allowing people to put you in this energy when you stand up for yourself, because Spirit's not going to want you to sit down and shut up if it is going against your divine wisdom. In other words, if it ain't wise, it ain't good. It's going to hurt somewhere. So, Spirit wants you to stand up for yourself to not cause these to happen. Alright? If I was going to say this was in love, that's some fucked up shit. Some Cancer's been through some shit, and I can tell you that's love. That's what I just went through. But, when you don't honor yourself, people come with a lot of karma. It's not good people. It tends to rub off on you. I call it a spiritually transmitted disease. I coined that phrase actually 5 years ago. I was the only one that I knew used it, but everybody's using it now. And that's what happened. Especially with me. I say something, people call me crazy, and 3 years later it's all the rage and everybody forgot who. But it's good. I'm like, really? That's the way you're going to get me? That's the way you're going to come at me, Spirit? Really? But yeah, I have a good chuckle because it's happening and that's what's important. It's not about ego, but it's funny. Okay? As long as we get there, we're getting there together and we're struggling. But we have to understand that things are changing. Things are ramping up. That dark energy has more wisdom now. Okay? We have access to this wisdom, but only when we do this. If you don't, okay, the chosen ones. That's another one. I love you. But God did not take a big hand and pick you specifically out of a bunch of equally created beings. You have to choose it. If you're running around saying, I'm a chosen one, I'm a chosen one, just because you feel the spirit. I mean, the prophets back then that thought, having 4 wives and slaves and shit like that was spirit. But that was the wrong spirit. It was a spirit, but it was a different spirit that we'll talk about later. But when you've done that, same thing with love. I mean, you quit putting up with this shit. You quit racking up that karma. Not only knowing, I mean, you start seeing it. You just stop it. Quit it. It's not hard either. And that's when you start understanding, embracing, moving. People start going, who the hell are you? Nobody. Just like you. I'm just simple minded. Feeble. Dummy. So, Cancers. God, you're amazing. And you have the ability to understand, embrace these new ideas, these new thoughts. When you sit down and think about it, as far as the collective goes, we haven't been doing it a favor lately by our beliefs. And one of the things I want to talk about is freaking narcissistic energy. Don't get me started. I gotta wait a little bit for that because I kind of like. Okay, I grew up in a family where I was the truth teller. However, at different times I was also the scapegoat and my brothers and sisters they were this energy. They were. They just lived it, loved it. I don't know what the hell was wrong with them. They were not right. Try coming up after that, being a truth teller, understanding that this spirit is so strong in you because you spent a lot of time alone, even as a child. Why I spent a lot of time alone is because mom died right after I was born, and I'm pretty sure secretly my brothers and sisters just automatically hated me for that. And then I was an amazing child and did weird things really early, so I think, and I was a good girl. I mean, I had respect for myself all through, but see, these people didn't. They didn't at all. They did a lot of things that they shouldn't have, and they still do. I love them. But you have to be careful of that energy because they will want to attack you. These energies will band together, okay? Do you see we have 2 here? 2 very painful cards. 10 swords. They come in droves. Now, you can sit down and shut up when one of my sisters or brothers is getting attacked, but if you want to, go ahead. Because let me tell you what that person's going to do. They're going to show you what it's like to fight alone and win. I have been dealing with this energy now for 4 years. I've given it 2 chances. Done. And it's bad. But, and because I know how damaging it is, I ain't gonna leave anybody twisting in the wind when they're being called liars and thieves and whatever these people are. That's what's going on. And we're sitting and watching it. And why are we sitting and watching it? Why would you sit and watch that? Why? Sounds like you're making somebody prove something. And they will. And you know it. But that's fucked up. Nobody should have to prove anything. Some of our spiritual thinking is just damaging. Kind of like the toxic positivity, man. I riled against that like a demon. Woof! Hell yes, that was so bad. Ugh. And I will use that dark wisdom if I have to. Because sometimes it's necessary for balance. And if you're saying, how does that work? Tell me something. When you put two negative posts together on a magnet, what happens? Boing! Gee, how does that work? Anyway, it's simple. I love you guys. You're amazing. I say let's do this shit. Because I am sure in the hell tired of all the stories being about this. You know? Tired of that. I don't know if you are, but I'm brave enough to try something different. Are you? But I would love to sit and chat sometime and talk to people about this very thing. And, you know, have ideas and work together. Problem is a lot of our influencers, and I love them. Oh my God, they're amazing. They are so amazing, and I'm not dissing them. I'm not. But people are still getting hurt, and they're still not understanding that, you know, don't focus on gold. Don't focus on anything like that. You can't eat that shit. It's all fake. All of that they're telling you this has value, this has value. No, it doesn't. It's bullshit. And when you get here, you understand that. You never focus on money. But if motherfuckers are around you, bringing down your energy, you ain't gonna manifest it either. But you don't manifest it by working on it. You manifest it by working on that connection. And then you don't worry about it because what you need happens. And you're about to see that now that I got all that damn energy out of my way. Let's see what happens. And you guys, let's all go together. This is going to be a beautiful thing. I can't wait. Now, I know that when you read my post, it looks like I'm like screaming at everybody. Okay, that ain't the case. Just so you know. Except for one person. Then, yeah. Yeah, that kind of energy. It's getting relentless too and stronger. So we need to be stronger. And no, sometimes the best way to find strength is within love instead of hate. And we're letting our mindsets put one person in front of 20 thinking they're all alone in this misery and they're sitting there and taking it and we think we're doing a good thing. Because that one light is way more precious than any of that dark shit going on. And if you ain't afraid to face it, you are not a chosen, as you like to call it, because you haven't chosen. Well, that's my opinion anyway. You can think what you want, but I see a lot of chosen people out there going, is anybody in here fucking chosen but me? I see all you do. Okay, that's jealousy. And if you let one of yours hang out there because you want to see her fry, because you think your light's going to be brighter, or if you want to band together and talk shit on somebody that you know might have more information than you or understand more than you, we have different understandings for a reason at different levels. So if you're feeling that energy and you know it's there and you're doing things like that, karma. But it's a different perspective. That's what I got for you. We can talk about it. I'm always open to talk about it. I love you.